Hi, my name is Shifa Saltagi Safadi, and I'm the author of Getting Between, the National Book Award winning novel in verse, as well as Sisters Alone, my second novel in verse about two sisters stuck home alone in a blizzard. And today's tip for Poetry Month, I will be talking about prose poems. Typically when I would teach English literature, there would be two ways that I would describe books. There are books in prose, which are books that are written in paragraphs with chapter breaks and, wording that it looks like essay format or a typical traditional book format. And then poetry or verse, which is when writing and stories is written in lines and stanzas typically, but as we have discussed with concrete poetry or creativity, that can look different as well. It does not always have to be the traditional lines and stanzas. And with prose poems, I really love this format because it actually combines both of them. And it shows that poetry doesn't have rules because poetry can be prose as well. There are times where you will see a poem written in prose format, and what this does is it really illustrates, a lot of times prose poems are used to illustrate the overwhelm of the character and show the characters sort of bombarding thoughts or they're overwhelmed in terms of their sense of what's happening around them, the nature of their emotions are like really tumultuous at that moment. Or it could just be that they're just speaking quick. And one of the ways I wanted to show this is through the book, Evelise Explains It All. And this is a Newbery Honor book, and I really love this page. It is page 227, and it is titled Word Vomit. So immediately you're put into that headspace of knowing that this is the main character, and she is kind of having a word vomit moment. And as you can see, while the book is written in verse and there are these beautiful illustrations in it, this poem is written in prose, illustrating that word vomit. And I'm going to read a little bit of this page to you all. I don't know why things are so hard now when everything happened such a long time ago. It was bad, yeah, but then I was fine, and I don't know why all of a sudden I'm not. Mommy says it's because I'm seeing Dad, and I get it, I guess, but it's not just Dad. I don't care what Mommy says. It's also me, because how can I love her through her Alzheimer's, but she can't manage to love me back? And I know what Mommy says, that Mimi loves me, and it's just how she grew up, but that's a messed up reason not to change when it's your own Nieta by your side. Because Mimi, she says things like it's all a joke and I'm too soft and can't let it go. But I am soft. I'm not like Dad, all big and strong, and I can't get over how Mommy takes her side when Mimi's the one who's wrong. How can I deal with all the stuff with Amir and Ikiko and stupid Jessica and Justin G when I can't even be happy at home? School is so bad, it's even worse than it was before. I'm basically flunking every class and it feels like my teachers have just given up. And I'm going to stop there, but I want also to show you how this poem, there are no capital I's. There is minimal punctuation, and it just flows. And some of the punctuation is in the right place, some of it just kind of skips over commas, and the lack of the capital letters, the fact that it runs together in the prose format, the fact that the commas are sort of missing, that all contributes in this prose poem to really knowing that this is a stream of consciousness of the character, and it makes you pause. In the verse format, it makes you pause and realize that this is a moment where the main character feels really, really emotional, and you are swept away in her emotions and have to witness what they look like. And I think that is a powerful way to tell a story. And I encourage you to try prose poems and see when you let yourself have the freedom to write your stream of consciousness without paying attention to punctuation or capitalization or grammar or any rules or tools, what that will look like and how that will transform your writing. And I hope you enjoyed today's tip. Thank you for watching.